Guess what, Bernard? It's time for tonight's bedtime stories. So let's get started. Thank you for joining us. Our first book is called The Very Last Leaf. This is written by Stef with illustrations by Jennifer Davison, and it's published by Capstone. Do you see the leaf? He's going to be the last one. From his first day of school in the spring, Lance Cottonwood was the best and brightest student. He blossomed in budding. Look at me, I'm a leaf. He breezed through wind resistance. Some others were not so lucky. Better luck next time, he said to the ones that fell off. He was a breath of fresh air in Photosynthesis 101. Don't you just love the taste of sunlight in the morning, he said. And he passed pigment changing with flying colors. Yellow, everybody! How did you do? Now, during his last class of the autumn semester, Lance began to worry about his final exam. The test would take him from the top of his sturdy tree to the grass down below. The other leaves couldn't wait to take the leap, but Lance Cottonwood didn't feel that way because Lance Cottonwood was afraid to fall. Lance was jealous of his neighbor Doug Fir. Doug was an evergreen, and evergreens didn't have to fall. Doug got to sit on his branch and feel the cold, wet snow on his face all winter long. That's it right there. But Lance was a cottonwood, and cottonwood trees are deciduous. They lose their leaves in autumn. So Lance was expected to fall like all the other Lance Leaf Cottonwood ancestors who'd come before him. So when autumn arrived, one by one, other students let go and floated to the ground below. But Lance was comfortable at the top, and that was where he wanted to stay. No one expected him to be scared, so Lance made up excuse after excuse. Saving the best for last, he cried out. Ladies first. Oh, I have a bit of a cough today. But Lance couldn't trick them for long. As leaf after leaf passed the final test, they started to talk. He's a scaredy leaf, said one of them. I guess he's not good at everything, said another. He's too yellow to be an evergreen, said a third. Cool days turned into colder nights, and Lance decided he was going to beat the odds. He would stay on his tree all winter, just like Doug. It looks like we're going to be best friends, he said. By the end of the week, Lance was the only leaf left on the tree. Lance's teacher knew that he was worried, but she also knew that he'd be okay. It's okay to be scared, Lance, she said. I'm here to help you through this. Lance thought about why he was scared. He was terrified of landing in a gutter or getting stuck on a windshield, or worst of all, falling where the dog did his business. After talking about his worries, Lance felt a little better. And when he looked down again, things didn't look so bad. Some kids had made a leaf pile to jump into, and other kids were collecting leaves for crafts. Lance's friends looked happy. They were safe. They looked like they were having fun. Lance knew it was time to take the leap. Lance's teacher assured him that he could do it. He was one of the hardest working students in class. The other students cheered him on from down below. You can do it, Lance, they said. And they were right. He could do it. He worked hard. He studied hard. He knew his stuff. Will he jump? Lance loved Doug, but Lance wasn't an evergreen, and never would be. Lance looked below. He took a deep breath, and with his stem quivering, he let go. Practicing what he studied, Lance focused and floated gently to the pile below. Lance Cottonwood may have been the last one to finish his test, but he did not fail. He was once again on top. "You did it, Lance," said his friends. "The gang's all here." And there's his report card. And you know what? He did quite well. The teacher said he was an extremely bright student, but sometimes feels scared of what he doesn't know. After recognizing his fear of falling, Lance and I worked together by addressing what made him scared and discussed possible outcomes. By creating a plan and facing his fears, Lance passed his final exam with flying colors. Congratulations, Lance. I'm glad he took the leap. Well, can we maybe make our arm into a tree? I'm going to move mine down just a little bit so you can still see it. And I'm going to make a fist with my hand, and it's going to be an apple up in a tree. A little red apple hung high in the apple tree. I looked up at it, and it looked down at me. Come down, I called. And what do you suppose? Why, that little red apple hit me right on the nose. So our next book is Millie Shares. It's written and illustrated by Claire Alexander, and it's published by Egmont. This is Millie. Millie loved her monkey. He was her very special toy, and she would not share him with anybody, not even with her best friend Lily. "Monkey," said Lily. "Mine," said Millie. But one day at nursery, Millie forgot about Monkey. There were so many new toys to play with. And when she remembered him, he was gone. Now, Monkey wasn't very far away. He was in the playhouse with Lily. "Mine," called Lily. Well, Millie did not like that one bit. "No, mine," she shouted. Then Ellie, Bert, and George picked up the toys Millie had been playing with, and Millie didn't like that either. "Mine," she shouted, snatching away the toys. Now Millie had all the toys and her monkey, and she played with them all by herself in the playhouse. Suddenly, she heard laughter. What's going on, she wondered. Lily was building a huge tower with Ellie, and Bert and George were playing with the train set. "I want to play," Millie cried, but the others thought she would take the toys away again. No one wanted to play with Millie. A big tear rolled down her cheek, and then she heard a little voice say, "Share monkey?" Millie didn't like that one bit, but then she thought, if she shared monkey, maybe Lily would play with her. Share monkey, she wondered. Share monkey? Share monkey, she cried. So Millie shared monkey with Lily, and they played with him together. And then Millie picked up the other toys and shared them with Bert and Lily and George and Ellie. Everyone liked playing with Millie when she shared, and Millie enjoyed playing with her friends very much. Especially her best friend, Lily. And you know, it is a whole lot more fun when you're willing to share. Well, shall we do another finger play? Do you think we could? shake our sillies? Can you shake, shake, shake your sillies out? Shake, shake, shake your sillies out. Shake, shake, shake your sillies out and wiggle your waggles away. Can you clap, clap, clap your crazies out? Clap, clap, clap your crazies out. Clap, clap, clap your crazies out and wiggle your waggles away. Can you stretch, stretch, stretch your stretchies out? Stretch, stretch, stretch your stretchies out. Stretch, stretch, stretch your stretchies out and wiggle your waggles away. Go ahead and stand up because we're going to jump, jump, jump your jiggles out. Jump, jump, jump your jiggles out. Jump, jump, jump your jiggles out and wiggle your waggles away. Can you yawn? Oh. Yawn your sleepies out. Yawn. Yawn your sleepies out. Yawn. Yawn your sleepies out and wiggle your waggles away. Can you shake, shake, shake your sillies out? Shake, shake, shake your sillies out. Shake, shake, shake your sillies out and wiggle your waggles away. This week you may be sitting down at a much bigger table to eat a great big meal with your friends or your relatives. So I thought this would be a fun one to share. This is called Around the Table That Grandad Built. It's written by Melanie Heuiser Hill and illustrated by Jamie King, and it's published by Candlewick Press. This is the table that Grandad built. And these are the sunflowers picked by my cousins, set on the table that Grandad built. And these are the napkins sewn by Mom, surrounding the sunflowers picked by my cousins, set on the table that Grandad built. These are our plates, red, orange, and yellow, that go with the napkins sewn by Mom, surrounding the sunflowers picked by my cousins, set on the table that Grandad built. And these are the glasses from Mom and Dad's wedding, set by our plates, red, orange, and yellow, that go with the napkins sewn by Mom, surrounding the sunflowers picked by my cousins, set on the table that Grandad built. These are the forks and spoons and knives, gifts from Dad's grandma long ago, placed by the glasses from Mom and Dad's wedding, set by our plates, red, orange, and yellow, that go with the napkins sewn by Mom, surrounding the sunflowers picked by my cousins, set on the table that Grandad built. And this is the squash that took over our garden. And these are the potatoes and peppers we roasted. These are the beans overflowing the bowl. This is a stack of toasty tamales. There are samosas, spicy and hot. And this is the rice pudding that we have every year. And this is the bread still warm that Gran baked. And this is the butter made by us kids. And this is Dad's huckleberry jam. And here are the pies. I made this one myself. For these hands we hold, for tasty good food, for family and friends, for grace that is given and love that is shared, we give thanks. Around this table that Grandad built. Looks like a nice meal. Well, I'm wondering if we could maybe cook something that you're not going to have for Thanksgiving. Can you get your hot dogs ready? I've got my 5 little hot dogs. They're cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. So 4 little hot dogs are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. 3 little hot dogs are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. 2 little hot dogs are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. 1 little hot dog is cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and the one went bam. No little hot dogs are cooking in the pan, but the grease got hot and the pan went bam. Well, let's keep around our theme of food from the last book, and this is called The Prince's Breakfast. This is written by Joanne Oppenheim and illustrated by Miriam Lattimore, and is published by Barefoot Books. And I don't know if you can tell. Take a look at that prince. Does he look like he's putting his nose up in the air as if maybe he doesn't like what he's being served for breakfast? Let's find out. In a faraway kingdom, a long time ago, when breakfast was served, the prince shouted, "No!" He turned up his nose at omelets with cheese. He pooh-poohed the porridge, though his mother said, "Please." He sipped his hot chocolate. He ate his toast dry. But to all other offerings, he said, "No, not I." "Alas," said the queen to her husband, the king, "how can he grow when he won't eat a thing?" The king stirred his tea. Then after one sip, "I have it," he said. "We shall go on a trip." So the very next day, preparations were started, and in less than a week, the royal household departed. There's the king and the queen and the prince. They journeyed in style to the city of Agra. "Our idols are moist," beamed the Grand Maharaja. His chef steamed the rice cakes with chutney on top. The king started eating and, just couldn't stop. "So good," he declared. "Have a taste, boy. Just try." But the prince shook his head and said, "No, not I." "Perhaps," said their host, "a dosa will do. We can fill it with dal or potatoes for you." The queen took 1 forkful. The king sampled 2. "Delicious," they said. "Oh, just try a few." "But the spices are perfect. Oh, come on now. Don't be shy." But the prince shook his head and said, "No, not I." So the king declared, "To the west we shall go." He rolled out a map and announced, "Mexico." On the pier, people shouted, "Hello, buenos dias," and they welcomed them warmly with trays of tortillas. Fried eggs, avocados, salsa, and cheese. "Por favor," said the king. "I'll have more if you please." "Muy buen," said the queen. "Why don't you try?" But the prince shook his head and said, "No, not I." "What shall we do now?" the queen asked with a sigh. "My dear," said the king, "we shall go to Shanghai." So they stayed at the home of a rich mandarin. "My chefs," he declared, "can indulge every whim. We've prepared a fine breakfast we hope you'll enjoy. There's something for everyone, even your boy." Does the prince care for congee? "Here, try a pot with our very best pickles." Well, the king made a lot. "This 1,000-year egg will make the prince strong. It will bring him good fortune and help him live long." "Yes, indeed," said the king. "Come now, have a try." But the prince shook his head and said, "No, not I." That night in his room, the king sat up in bed. "We'll take him to Zambia. That's it," he said. "A safari will give him a huge appetite. Oh, fa la la la, I know I am right." Well, the prince loved adventures. He met his first giraffe. It licked the king's crown and then made them all laugh. He woke up a lion that gave a loud roar, then closed his eyes tight and continued to snore. He met herds of zebra and wild wildebeest, And now, said the king, it's time for our feast. Their breakfast was served on beautiful leaves with freshly fried plantain and fruit from the trees. At the sight of fresh fruit, the prince sealed his lips tight. The king was dismayed, and he said, "Oh, this is not right. This plantain is perfect," the queen said. "Do try." But the prince shook his head and said, "No, not I." Well, the queen was distraught. "Let's get home," she sighed. "Our boy is still picky, whatever we try." Well, just as she said this, a bright-eyed old man said, "Perhaps I can help. I believe that I can." Then he pulled a red bottle from deep in his case, winked at the prince, and said, "Fancy a taste?" "What's this?" asked the prince. "It smells so delicious." "Oh dear," frowned the queen. "Are you sure it's nutritious?" "I think," said the man, "there's no cause for alarm. A dash of this ketchup will do him no harm. I eat it with everything from rhubarb to rice." "Mmm," said the prince. "It tastes really nice." He poured it on pancakes. He spread it on bread. The king was so happy he stood on his head. The queen gave a twirl and a trill of delight. Their banquet continued all day and all night. And from that morning on, whatever he ate, the prince added ketchup and cleaned up his plate. This reminds me of my dad, who loved ketchup. Well, let's see. I think we got... I've got 5 green and speckled frogs who sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs, yum, yum. Now one jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are 4 green speckled frogs, glub, glub. 4 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs, yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are 3 green speckled frogs, glub, glub. 3 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs, yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are 2 green speckled frogs, glub, glub. 2 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs, yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there is 1 green speckled frog, glub, glub. 1 green and speckled frog sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs, yum, yum. He jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are no green speckled frogs. Do you have to have it really quiet to go to sleep? Some people do. Some people don't mind a little noise. We'll have to see what this little mouse thinks. This is called It's So Quiet. It's written by Sherri, Duskey, Rinker with illustrations by Tony Fusil, and it's published by Chronicle Books. There's the sun. Down, 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 the sun drops behind the hill. The farm is falling quiet. Everything is still. Sha, sha, sha. The moths brush against the light. A click turns the lamp off. Now there's nothing but the night. It's so quiet. It's too quiet. In a little bed in the little house is a sleepy mama and a very sleepless mouse. "Hush," says his mama, "settle down now, not a peep. The small sweet sounds of nighttime will whisper you to sleep. Listen." Croak, croak, Bullfrog sings through the thickets. Chirp, 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 chime in all the crickets. Squeal, rat-a-tat, blows the old screen door. Tip, tap, hound dog's tail beats the floor. Whoosh, sings the breeze through the trees. Snort, bloop, bloop, bloop. That's Granddad's snore. Snort, bloop, bloop, bloop. Even louder than before. Whoo, whoo, drowsy barn owl speaks. Creak, the old farmhouse squeaks. Ow, howls coyote, miles from the house. Up goes the window. What was that? Wonders Mouse. Croak, croak, bullfrog sings through the thickets. Chirp, 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 chime in all the crickets. Squeal, rat-a-tat-tat, blows the old screen door. Tip, tap, hound dog's tail beats the floor. Whoosh, sings the breeze through the trees. Snort, bloop, bloop, bloop. That's Granddad's snore. Snort, bloop, bloop, bloop. Even louder than before. Whoo, whoo, drowsy barn owl speaks. Crick, the old farmhouse squeaks. Ow, howls coyote, miles from the house. Up goes the window. What was that? Wonders Mouse. Croak, croak, bullfrog sings in the thicket. Chirp, 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 chime in all the crickets. Squeak, rat-a-tat-tat, blows the old screen door. Tip, tap, hound dog tail beats the floor. Whoosh, sings the breeze through the trees. Snort, bloop, 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 that's Granddad's snore. Snort, bloop, 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 even louder than before. Whoo, whoo, drowsy barn owl speaks. Crick, old farmhouse squeaks. Ow, howls coyote, miles from the house. Up goes the window. Be quiet, I'm trying to sleep, bellows Mouse. Sha, sha, sha. The moths brush against the light. A click turns the lamp off. Now there's nothing but the night. It's so quiet. Croak. Well, can you get out your bubble gum? Reach in your pocket. If you don't have a real pocket, just pretend you've got one. Pull out your pretend bubble gum, unwrap it, and put the gum in your mouth. Chew it up until it's all soft and squishy so we can do something disgusting with it. Ready, set, go. Okay, put out your hand. 1, 2, 3. Spit your gum in your hand, clap your hands together. Oh, that's disgusting. And we've got sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your chin. Do we want to leave it there? No way. Unstick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your back. Unstick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your nose. Unstick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your arm. Unstick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your cheek. Unstick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum. Stick it on Mom or Dad. Unstick. Come on back. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your toe. on stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum. Time to throw it in the trash. Let's have some fun on the flannel board. And I bet it won't surprise you to see I've got some turkeys on my board tonight. 5 of them, in fact. And I have to let you know, they're all pretty nervous because they heard Thanksgiving was here. Well, 5 turkeys were getting nervous. Thanksgiving Day would soon be back. So one turkey put on a duck suit. And now he says, gobble, gobble, quack. 4 turkeys were getting nervous. Thanksgiving was coming, not going. So this one put on a pig suit. And now he says, gobble, gobble, oink. 3 turkeys were getting nervous. Thanksgiving was in just 1 week. So this turkey put on a mouse suit. And now he says, gobble, gobble, squeak. 2 turkeys were getting nervous. But one said, I know what I'll do. I'll put on a cow suit. And now that turkey says, gobble, gobble, moo. 1 turkey was getting nervous. He said, I want my ma. So he put on a sheep suit. And now he says, gobble, gobble, bah. Do you think they fooled anyone? I don't see any turkeys. Do you see any turkeys? I think they're safe. So let's finish up with our Sandra Boynton book. And tonight we're having pajama time. Are you in your jammies? I hope so. Well, the moon is up. It's getting late. So let's get ready to celebrate. It's pajama time. So pull on the bottoms, put on the top, get yourself set to pajama-dee-bop. It's pajama time. Now some are old and some are new. Some are red, like Bernard's, and some are blue. Some are fuzzy and some are not. But we can all pajama in whatever we've got. It's pajama time. Oh yes, it's pajama time. Now some are pink and some are green and some are the ugliest we've ever seen. Oh my. They might be stripy or polka dot, but we can all pajama in whatever we've got. It's pajama time. Now pajama to the left and pajama to the right. Jamma, 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 PJ. Everybody's wearing them for dancing tonight. Jamma, 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 PJ. Now wall around the room in one big line, wearing our pajamas and looking so fine. It's pajama time. Then hop into bed, turn out the light. You can have a party in your dreams tonight. It's pajama time. Hush, hush, it's pajama time. Hush, hush, it's pajama time. Good night. Sleep tight. And thank you for joining me and Bernard for some bedtime stories. We'll see you later.